Hey guys, what's up? This is Julian. And by the way, this is not a trading video. So if you're expecting something trading related, just go click off this video because you're gonna be sorely disappointed. This is pure mindset stuff. And I mean, if you're into that, then listen on. But if you're expecting some kind of trading breakthrough advice, whatever, you're not gonna find in this video. So I just wouldn't want to waste your time and have you listening on only to find that you're not gonna get any solutions to whatever you're looking for whatsoever. So anyways, this video is about like beating that mental block. So um, have you ever had a goal in mind and somehow you are thinking that, okay, yeah, this goal, this is the goal I have for my business, this is the goal I have for my trading. Yeah, didn't I say this is not going to be a trading video? But well, I'm just using that example because let's say, if you have this goal for your trading, if you have this goal for your business, and then currently in the things that you're capable of right now, you just have this feeling to yourself where you're thinking, I just can't see myself doing that result. I can't see myself getting around it. I don't know how I'm even gonna get there. So, uh, if that's you, you're actually in good company because, like not too long ago, I made some pretty big, audacious goals for myself, and for, for a period of time, I was also wondering, like, are the things I'm currently doing even going to get me there? And that is a very, very crippling doubt. Okay, I'm not trying to say that doubt is a bad thing. Okay, but why does doubt even arrive? Doubt arises from like the lack of belief that we have. And again, in trading, in this example of trading, I believe, all right, that every trade is made based on belief. Because if you don't believe you're going to win this trade, why you even click it, right? So we do things because we believe that it is going to work. And we don't do things, or we stay in inaction, or a state of, hopelessness, or a state of hope, which is really another word for hopelessness, okay? Because we're just waiting for some kind of a hint or answer to drop from the sky. And we're magically expecting, like, when I was a kid, I used to have, when my mom brought me to church, and then I went for like Sunday school, and they taught me about prayer. And I used to make a prayer. It was along the lines of like, dear Lord, I pray that by this evening when I'm back from this day at church, a fighter jet, something like Starscream and Transformers would land up in my home backyard. And obviously it didn't happen, right? So yeah, I didn't know how it's gonna be possible. Like I thought maybe Cybertron would send something out, like open like a astrogate somewhere in the sky, and Starscream would magically come out, park in my garage, and take me for a spin. Yeah, that was and so a lot of us, we set goals, but unfortunately, our only bridge between where we are at right now and our goal is wishful thinking. And the way to solve that, would you be interested to hear? I'm actually gonna talk about how we can actually solve that. So, the way that we can solve it is through different lenses. Okay, that I'm not answering any trading questions. I'll get to that maybe in a different video, by the way. But thanks for commenting, Ray. So, how do we solve that? I mean, there's something called the utilitarian flexibility model. You guys heard about that one? If you guys are into like metaphysics, if you guys are into psychology, you may have heard about something called the utilitarian flexibility model. And that is actually, to be put in a very simple, abbreviated metaphor, is kind of like using different lenses to see. So some of you out there are short-sighted or long-sighted, right? I presume if you're younger, you're short-sighted. If you're older, you're long-sighted. And there could be something that is within a normal person's view, but to you it is blocked. To you it is blur. Perhaps you're driving, many of you drive, I presume, by this age, or been in a car in the front seat, and it's raining heavily, your visibility is not more than 100 meters into the front. Until the rain goes away, you will not be able to see into the kilometers ahead. When the rain goes away, magically your vision is, like 20x, 25x, 30x of what it was. And if you're long-sighted, well, maybe you're gonna have this tremendous improvement of sight. When the heavy rain, the kind of like typhoon kind of rain fall just suddenly stops. And when you switch from, like, if someone is severely short-sighted or has got mud in your eyes and stuff, and surprise, and instantly you're wearing the correct degree of glasses, or perhaps you have that mud is disappeared from your face, suddenly you can see. So what happened over there? A different lens. Okay, a different lens. When the heavy rain stopped, your visibility got unblocked. Okay, there's a change of state. Okay, so try having a little change of state of mind. Try a little lens that is different. So right now, some of you see me posting on Facebook, like I'm kind of putting together like a dream team for a project. It's not trading related, by the way. Putting together a dream team for a project, and it's kind of interesting, like how, um, when I was writing out the list of people that I want to be on my dream team, okay, ever wrote like a PowerPoint slide or did word processing, and then there's a numericals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. And as soon as you finish a line and hit enter, what happens next? Okay, when you finish point 3 and hit enter, point number 4 appears automatically due to Microsoft Word or like Open Office, or Google Documents, uh, or even like it could be a note-taking software. The next point, the next bullet automatically appears. And what is that about? Auto-suggestion. Isn't it interesting if sometimes you try to write something in a series of points? You may have only initially thought of like 2 points, but it goes on to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's say if you're inviting people to a party, isn't it interesting, like when, depending on where you plan to invite people to and the budget that you have planned for that party, okay, aren't you going to think very, very differently about it? This is just a mental exercise. I want you to imagine, let's say you want to have this celebration in your house, and you know very well the size of your house. So, um, who many, how many and who are you going to invite to this little celebration in your house? Now, you're probably going to be thinking along the lines of, well, I've got limited space. Um, I've got X amount of budget. Um, who would who would be the people closest to me, perhaps, or the people I interact with the most, that I want to invite to this little celebration? I can't have everyone, so I have to be very selective. But now let's expand that idea. Now you no longer have like just your house, okay, or your apartment. Now you have a hall. On top of that, you just struck lottery for $1 million, and you wouldn't mind spending 10 grand on a party for the people that you really treasure, the people that you haven't kept in contact for a long period of time, for the people that you worked with before and did good things for you, for the people that believed you when everyone else didn't, that supported you at some time or another, that gave you gratitude at some time or another. And the list goes on and on and on, and suddenly making that list becomes really, really easy. And this example, this exercise that I put you in, all right, if we just change a couple of things in that little exercise. So maybe right now you have this idea that you're going to be working on something. I don't know what. You're working on this random idea of yours, and you are mentally blocked. would changing some of the variables, maybe changing the vehicle, okay, maybe changing the state, right, somehow, or other factors that I may not know about because it's your project, right? If you change some of these factors and variables in it, you know, um, or perhaps, you know what, here's even better. How about make a little brainstorm and a list of what are the variables that you could possibly change with your vehicle, and you know any other variables that you could substitute with, and the best person for that will be you. Let your thoughts go out and open up, okay? It doesn't mean that whatever you committed to do in the first place is cast in stone. Yes, your objective is still there. Yes, maybe you wanted to make 50K in X amount of time. Maybe you want to make 150K in X amount of time. Maybe you wanted to make $1 million in X amount of time. Maybe you wanted to build, you know, some kind of a community to kind of support a certain cause that you're very, very passionate about. And the ways that you have laid out right now just put you in some kind of a mental block. You cannot see it happening. And if you cannot see it happening, it's not going to happen because everything is based on belief. But if you can, on the other hand, you know, have a little bit of a switch around the factors, brainstorm different factors. Chances are, in the same way that I told you, when you make a list, a new bullet point automatically appears in any word processor, in any word taking software. When there's bullet points and you hit enter bar, there's a new point that appears. Auto suggestion. Your brain will auto suggest to you things that are probably already in there, that's accumulated from your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is kind of brilliant in a way that it has at least 4 or 5 times processing power of a conscious mind. And with that, you know, you can actually, you know, think up some really amazing solutions, and it's already sitting there. I once had this special experience when I blacked out once. Yeah, I literally blacked out once. Um, don't really know the cause of it. Could be too intoxicated with alcohol at the time, but I blacked out once. And in the moment that I blacked out, I actually, you know, had an experience of listening to my own voice. And it was something along the lines of, and I subsequently had similar experiences to this when I did meditation, okay? I heard my own voice. It was like me from the future. It was like, you know, like ask me anything about you that you would like to know, and I can give you answers from the future. So I did, and instantaneously I was being diagnosed for, you know, all the things that I have planned and whatever. I was just asking myself of the future, like, you know, what's going to come of this, what's going to come of that, what do you think of this idea, what do you think of that idea? If it sucked, it was shot down immediately, and if it was good, I was being told, okay? And one of the messages I still remember from that experience was that, you know, like, if as long as you commit to do everything to your best ability, you do not put anyone in you know, do not rob, do not steal, you know, do not lie, and just do your best in everything that you do and believe in, and you'll be fine. You're gonna succeed very, very well. So I, like, suddenly with a new goal that I had, and speaking of which, that just came to mind, by the way. I haven't had such an experience for some time by now, like the one I mentioned. I had a similar experiences to that about 3 times in total over the past 2 years. And like this time around, without having an experience, but suddenly I just started to substitute. What if I replaced the vehicle that I had in mind with other ones? And it was interesting at how my thoughts developed. It was as though, you know, maybe my mind is really linking up. It's like I instantly thought of you know, people I worked with, people I had a good vibe with from before, people that I recently met, but I just can foresee that, you know, we'll be in such a synergy working on this project. And that actually came about this little dream team thing that I'm kind of putting together right now. It's not related to trading, but, you know, just wanted to share with you, like, how just doing a couple of tweaks in your mindset, that things will be drastically different from what they are right now. And remember the exercise that I did just now, regarding like who are you going to invite to a party in your apartment or house, versus if you struck lottery and you don't mind throwing 10 grand, okay, on a hall that's already paid for, and who are you going to invite? Let's make it, let's push the bucket, not 10 grand, 30 grand. Who are you going to invite? Okay, so it's kind of like that, because once I made these switches in my head and suddenly I could see everything coming together. I have a vision board, um, and I created this vision board inside. Um, oh, by the way, is that Yassine? Yassine, could you tell me how to do how to start doing podcasting? A lot of people have been telling me about podcasting, and I would love to do that. I have been wanting to rip the audios from so many of my videos and put them into podcasts. I think it'll be great, but I just don't know how to get started. So maybe you could let me know. Well, I mean, this is the power of the universe attracts. And speaking of the universe attracts, when I did this dream team thing, it was amazing how like the law of attraction really works. If you guys read the movie about The Secret, you read about law of attraction, it's amazing because the people that I wanted to be in my dream team were the people that my Facebook post reached, and they engaged with it. They clicked like, they commented on it, and I was amazed. I was like, what in the world? You know, like, how was it possible that the people that I put down on my list were liking my post, were seeing my post and liking it? Because some of my posts don't get any likes at all, and some of my posts get likes from very random people. But in this time, it wasn't just random people that are not friends with me on Facebook, but the people liking my post were the people that I exactly plan to contact for this big project that I have in mind. Wow. So when you have your mind, the right lens on your mind's eye, everything's gonna fall into place. And you never know, because the success that you vision could be way bigger, way more powerful, way more intense than what you initially imagined. And that is the power of your subconscious working together with you. So I just want to leave you guys with that exercise. Okay, if you came on late to this video, just start it over from the beginning. I know it's kind of long, but it's a very powerful exercise. It is the, uh, the party celebration in the apartment in the hall exercise that I would like you to do, and I want to use that as a metaphor. A metaphor is basically kind of like sometimes we cannot really. If I give you a really difficult term like utilitarian model flexibility, you may not know what that is, but what if I just put in a metaphor is like, it's kind of like wearing a different colored lens. It's going to help you see different things. Maybe the lens has a degree on it. Maybe you're short-sighted or long-sighted, and this lens is going to put everything in perspective. Or let's say it could be like the night vision goggles that help you to see through a very complicated nighttime landscape. Or perhaps like even during this activity, it could be a metaphor for something else. Maybe you're facing challenges in your life, in the goals that you have set for yourself, and maybe time has passed, but you don't know just how to get started working on it. And by having this activity, like, let's adapt that to your current context and let's see that work for you. So this is Julian Wong. I like to make videos like this from time to time, and if you like these videos, please like and share on it. It's nothing to do with trading in this video, at least, but so my channel pretty much talking about trading most of the time, but I like to focus on the mental aspects of trading, and from time to time I do videos just like this as well. I'd rather do it here than on Facebook because the video quality is better, and at the same time it's easy for people to share my videos and visit it later again. On Facebook, pretty much like once it's done, and it gets buried under post after post, and it gets very hard to find. So once again, if this video helped you in some way, do give me your comments and feedback afterwards, and share this and like this. Come back for more. Bye bye.